As a music journalist, I feel disgustingly responsible for the mistreatment Michael Jackson received throughout his entire career from the press and media. All he wanted to do was make the world a better place, and it was that same exact world that destroyed him. This was the guy who revolutionized music video concepts, broke racial barriers by becoming the first black artist to be played in heavy rotation on MTV, donated millions of dollars to charity, visited children's hospitals on his days off from touring, and invented Dirty Dancing. I love you, Patrick Swayze, and I appreciate you for not leaving Baby in the corner, but Michael Jackson was doing Dirty Dancing years before it became a thing. In fact, roll the clip. What did Michael get in return? Paparazzi invading his privacy, tabloids calling him weird and eccentric, jealous haters accusing him of crimes he never committed, and interviewers interrogating him like he's a monster, even calling him the offensive term Wacko Jacko.
How do you feel when they call you
Wacko Jacko? Where'd that come from? Well, some English tabloid. I have a heart and I have feelings. I feel that when you do that to me. It's not nice. Don't do it.
Do you see why this man hated interviews? What's up, people? Welcome to Rock and Roll Tales from the Lady in Black. I'm your host, Lana Jeremiah. When I think of rock and roll, I think about attitude and rebellion. And today's video is all about rebellion, fighting back. I'm talking about Gizmo shooting Mohawk Gremlin with an arrow, lighting him on fire, you know what I'm saying? We're going to talk about 10 songs where Michael Jackson fought back against the tabloids, corrupt prosecutors, angry parents, and all the other haters who tried to bring Michael Jackson down. Coming from someone who believed all the false information that was spread about him for 17 years, I feel like I owe it to Michael to highlight that he was one of the nicest people on the planet. He was just misunderstood, and when push came to shove, he fought back. And he fought back hard. That said, let's get on with the music. In 10th place, we have This Time Around from the History, Past, Present, and Future Book 1 album. As a heads up, most of the songs on this list are from the History album, so I deeply apologize that I will be talking non-stop about how underrated this album is and that it deserves more love. For those of you who don't know, Michael didn't like swearing. He even called out director Bob Giraldi for using the F word too much while working together on the Beat It music video. Michael rarely swore in his music, so when Michael starts swearing in the songs, you know he's really pissed. And for a good reason. In 1993, Evan Chandler accused Michael of sexually abusing his 13-year-old son, Jordan Chandler. To deal with the stress, Michael began relying on painkillers. The same painkillers he used to recover from reconstructive scalp surgeries following the 1984 Pepsi incident that resulted in second and third degree burns to his scalp. In November 1993, Michael canceled the remainder of his Dangerous tour, which would have ended in December 1993, to go into rehab for his addiction to painkillers. When Michael was finally healthy enough to record the History album, he was done playing nice. It was time to give these bozos a taste of their own medicine. This time around was Michael fighting back against the media for making his life a living hell. And I have no doubt that the part where it goes, somebody's out to use me, they really want to use me, and then falsely accuse me. I have no doubt that part is about Evan Chandler. He's dead, by the way. Notorious Big does the rap in the song, the beat is super catchy, and I love the whoa backing vocals in the chorus. That was a nice touch. In 9th place, we have Privacy from the Invincible album. I talked about this song as well as a couple other songs on this list in my previous Michael Jackson video where I talked about my top 10 Michael Jackson rock songs. I'll include the link to that video in the description if you're interested in checking it out. After you finish watching this video, of course. There's a YouTuber named Stoney the Great who did a documentary on the Escape album, and he talks about how Michael's vocals changed over the years as he got older. Right off the wall, Michael had a higher vocal range with a sweet undertone. By the time we got to History and Invincible, Michael had a deeper range with a raspy tone. That worked to Michael's benefit as he started to mature as an artist and a songwriter. It also worked to his benefit for his angry songs like Privacy, cause boy, was he pissed. The lyrics are a direct attack on the media and paparazzi, telling them to get the F away from him. The second verse references Michael's friend, Princess Diana, may she rest in peace, who died in a car crash while trying to escape the paparazzi on August 31st, 1997. It's got a stomping groove, R&B influences, there are camera flashes playing throughout the entire song, and there's a sick wah-wah guitar solo by Mike Townsend. Despite Michael yelling slash right before the guitar solo, slash does not appear in the song. Why did Michael keep the part where he yells slash? I have no idea, but whatever. In 8th place, we got Childhood from the History, Past, Present, and Future Book 1 album.
Have you seen my childhood?
This was Michael fighting back in a different way, because you have to remember, Michael was greatly misunderstood because of his childlike personality. If you watch his 1983 Grammy Legend Award speech, Michael talks about how his childhood was taken away from him in exchange for hard work, pain, and eventually success. At the beginning of the Michael biopic, Michael is seen watching the other kids play outside before his father Joseph Jackson instructs him to get back to rehearsing with his brothers. When he did become successful, Michael spent the rest of his life making up for his lost childhood. And unfortunately, the media viewed his love for water balloon fights, climbing trees, Easter egg hunts, Disney, and cartoons as strange eccentricities. Childhood was Michael's most personal song. And that took guts, because Michael didn't owe anyone an explanation for his behavior. Plus, who doesn't like to kid around from time to time? But Michael opened up to us and was like, "This is why I'm the way that I am. Before you judge me, take the time to get to know me first. If you can't accept that, then you can shut it." Shout out to Roger Taylor, because why not? Michael was living his best life when he recorded Childhood. It's whimsical, magical, and very Broadway-like. The orchestral instrumentation is gorgeous, and Michael's vocals are so pure and perfect. His vibrato is amazing, and absolutely no auto-tune. You can really hear the joy and sadness in his voice. In 7th place, we got Is It Scary from the Blood on the Dance Floor History in the Myths album. Blood on the Dance Floor History in the Mets was supposed to be an EP with 5 original songs on the record, but Sony decided to screw Michael over again by making Blood on the Dance Floor a remix album instead. Apparently Sony thought kids loved remix albums, which is absolutely crap. I have a Hannah Montana 2 Non-Stop Dance Party remix album, but I only played it once and I have no intention of ever playing it again because it's absolutely garbage. The worst part is that the new songs on Blood on the Dance Floor are actually really good, but the remixes are awful. However, the Scream Louder remix is decent. As for the new songs, Is It Scary is my favorite song on the album. Besides Childhood, I think Is It Scary is Michael's saddest and most personal song he ever wrote. The kids loved Michael and thought he was a cool dude, but the parents and the media hated him. He's like Barney the dinosaur. He's all about spreading joy, and the kids love him, but the adults and parents hate him. Even before the 1993 child sexual abuse allegations, the tabloids and media thought Michael was weird. In Michael's 1988 autobiography Moonwalk, when referring to the Thriller era, he talks about the media accusing him of surgically altering his appearance because he was no longer the cute, chubby cheeks, baby-faced kid he was when he started with the Jackson 5. In the mid-1980s, rumors of Michael sleeping in a hyperbaric oxygen chamber, buying the bones of Joseph Merrick, also known as the Elephant Man, building a shrine to Elizabeth Taylor, and adopting a pet chimpanzee started spreading like wildfire. The last one is true, but the rest are not. These stories led to the derogatory name Wacko Jacko. The 1983 child sexual abuse allegations were the icing on the cake, giving the media another reason to tear this man apart as best as they could. No matter how hard Michael tried to bring love and peace to the world, the media and haters only saw him as a monster. The saddest part about Is It Scary is Michael reluctantly accepting that he'll always be seen as a monster to certain people, and there's nothing he could do to change their minds. But if you look at the lyrics like, "Is it scary for you? I'm tired of being abused. You know it's scaring me too. I see the evil as you." Michael points out that the real monsters are the ones who are accusing him of being a monster. They don't know anything about him, but are judging him based on false information. In 6th place, we got They Don't Care About Us from the History, Past, Present, and Future Book 1 album. Michael had no barriers when it came to his music. He covered whatever genres he wanted and whatever topics he wanted. Unfortunately, despite his good intentions, sometimes they were misconstrued. And that's exactly what happened with They Don't Care About Us. It's a protest song standing up for people who have been judged by their race, religion, and beliefs. Michael is the voice leading the protests, but a couple of lines from the song, "Do me, sue me, everybody do me, kick me, don't you bugger wipe me," were taken out of context and stirred up controversy from the media and Jewish communities. Thanks, New York Times. Even Steven Spielberg, who is Jewish, was offended by the song. But when you look at the song as a whole, They Don't Care About Us is a cry to stop the injustice and prejudice that our world currently faces. Michael had a lot of power, and as the greatest entertainer of all time, he used his platform to call out issues that are still extremely slept on in today's society. Racism, world hunger, inflation, homelessness, industrialization. Lyrics like, "Tell me what has become of my life. I have a wife and 2 children who love me. I'm the victim of police brutality, no. I'm tired of being the victim of hate. You're ripping me and my pride out for God's sake. I Look to Heaven to Fulfill Its Prophecy, Set Me Free proves Michael's point of what the song is really about. They Don't Care About Us has a sharp staccato beat that provides a sick groove, it's got a great hook, and everyone can relate to the lyrics because the song was written for us. One of my favorite Michael Jackson music videos, or as he called them, short films, is the prison version of They Don't Care About Us. The short film contains real footage of police brutally beating African Americans, the Ku Klux Klan, war crimes, and intercepted clips of Michael handcuffed and performing the song in a prison. The short film was rarely played on television, and compared to the first short film, which was shot in Brazil, the prison version has less than a tenth of views on YouTube. I started this YouTube channel as a platform to promote the music I love, more specifically rock and roll music. I'm not just talking about the greatest hits of AC/DC and Bon Jovi. I'm talking about Def Leppard deep cuts, Richie Samboro's solo albums, and newer rock bands like Rival Sons and Blackstone Cherry. If you like this video, feel free to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and hit that notification bell so that you never miss a video. In 5th place, we got Why You Wanna Trip On Me from the Dangerous album. Similar to Leave Me Alone, which we'll get to later, trust me. Why You Wanna Trip On Me is a slam at the media and critics for getting up in Michael's business when there are more important issues to worry about. The song begins with a really cool guitar solo and transitions into a funky New Jack Swing groove. I love how in the lyrics, Michael is going over all these issues like world hunger, gang violence, and strange diseases with no cure, and then he's like, worry hard of people doing your try-fitsy situations. And I'm like, dang, what a savage. But it's true, Michael needs his space. Just because he was a celebrity, that didn't give the media a valid reason to harass him, invade his personal space, and spread false stories about him. No one should ever have to go through that. Like Ariana Grande sang in Yes and, your business is yours, and mine is mine. Shout out to Ariana Grande, because why not? The chorus is very repetitive, but I kind of like that because Michael is desperately trying to send a message to the media, which unfortunately they refuse to acknowledge. You can hear the pain in his voice as he sings Why You Wanna Trip On Me over and over again. And Dangerous was released in 1981. So it did not get better from there. Rest in peace, Michael. In 4th place, we got Too Bad from the History, Past, Present, and Future Book 1 album. In a YouTube documentary by Hannah Savage detailing the Blood on the Dance Floor remix album, she talks about how in the late 1992, early 1993, after the Japanese leg of the Dangerous tour, Michael wanted to make a horror-themed short film and reached out to Stephen King to help him write the screenplay. That would eventually turn into the Ghost short film. The plot revolves around a man who is confronted by a group of people from a small village telling him to leave their village, believing he is a bad influence on their children. The short film's working title was Is This Scary? In her documentary, Savage further states that Is This Scary was part of a promotional campaign for the 1983 Addams Family Values film. Michael was supposed to include a song in the film, Addams Group Family Thing, but those plans fell through due to contractual differences with Paramount Pictures. Also in the documentary, she states that all the kids featured in Addams Family Values were supposed to be featured in Is This Scary short film, and before Michael resumed the Dangerous tour in Asia, 2 weeks were spent filming the outdoor scenes and scenes with all the Addams Family kids. The music scenes couldn't be filmed yet because the song wasn't finished at the time. In August 1993, Michael was on set filming the Is This Scary short film when he found out about the allegations. In a video posted by Shauna Mangantal, who is an extra in the short film, there's a scene where Shauna and the other actors are yelling at Michael, calling him a freak, and saying he's scaring their children. Michael, disgusted by the allegations and what was happening to him, did not hold back his anger one bit. It was one of the last scenes filmed before Michael got too sick and stressed to continue. When it came time to promote the Blood on the Dance Floor remix album, production was back in business. Too Bad, one of the songs featured in the short film, was another working title before it was officially given the name Ghost, the name of another song featured in the short film. Personally, when I think of the Ghost short film, I think of Too Bad because not only is the dance sequence chef's kiss, but Too Bad is the best song in the short film. Before diving into the MJ rabbit hole, I wasn't into hip-hop and New Jack Swing music, but Michael taught me to be open to different styles of music. 10 years ago, I wouldn't have given Too Bad a chance, but now it's creeping up to be one of my favorite Michael Jackson songs. Michael goes full gangster mode. Am I allowed to say that? I hope so. He just gives off this confidence and swagger like he knows he's hot stuff. Too bad about it. Why don't you scream and shout it? Too bad about it. Why don't you just scream and shout it? Too Bad is about redemption and coming back from hardships trying to tear you down. Did I mention instrumentation freaking slaps? It's such a vibe. In third place, we got Leave It Alone from the Bad album.
So just leave me alone.
This is the first song where Michael fought back against the media. Don't Want to Be Starting Something from the Thor album was the first time Michael criticized the media for spreading rumors overall. Leave Me Alone was the first song where Michael sounds very annoyed. As stated in Michael's 1988 autobiography Moonwalk, I'm sending a simple message here. Leave me alone. The song is about a relationship between a guy and a girl, but what I'm really saying to people who are bothering me is leave me alone. What's interesting is the song was only on the CD version of Bad upon initial release. It wasn't on the vinyl nor cassette versions of the album. Talk about a bonus for CD lovers. The song's short film won a Grammy Award in 1990 for Best Music Video. The short film showcases Michael as a giant amusement park, featuring almost every single bizarre story that the tabloids wrote about him in the mid-1980s. The concept was heavily inspired by the book Gulliver's Travels. There's a shrine to Elizabeth Taylor, Michael dancing with the bones of Joseph Merrick, nose being chased by a surgical scalpel, and headlines about him sleeping in a hyperbaric oxygen chamber. Bubbles, Michael's pet chimpanzee, is featured in the short film. The Leave Me Alone short film ends with Michael breaking away from the circus that the media portrayed him to be. It's one of my favorite Michael Jackson short films because it shows the creative, yet sometimes misunderstood nature of his artistry. I also love theme parks. Despite how much I love Las Vegas, Disneyland will always be a second home to me. The song has a jazzy piano intro before the funk kicks in. The vocal melodies, specifically for the chorus, are well crafted with vocal layers and overdubs to make it sound like a Michael Jackson choir group. I'm also an introvert, so I have no problem yelling, "Leave me alone!" at the top of my lungs. Leave Me Alone promotes a more rebellious side to Michael Jackson. And I like that because of how different it is compared to the Thriller and Off the Wall eras of Michael Jackson. In second place, we got DS from the History, Past, Present, and Future Book 1 album. When Michael was accused of sexually abusing 13-year-old Jordan Chandler in 1983, he had to complete a strip search ordered by the Santa Barbara County and LAPD to verify Jordan's description of Michael's private anatomy, including his vitiligo patches. Santa Barbara County District Attorney Tom Sneddon controlled the investigation for the 1983 allegations. He also controlled the investigation for the 2003 allegations. He's dead, by the way. Michael was very self-conscious about his appearance, even before his vitiligo, and I have no doubt that the strip search was one of the most painful and humiliating experiences of his life. You gotta remember that Michael was diagnosed with vitiligo in 1986, but he didn't publicly reveal his vitiligo until his 1983 interview with Oprah Winfrey. He wanted to keep some things to himself, you know what I'm saying? In a Medium article covering the 1983 strip search, it talks about how vitiligo spots change frequently over weeks and months. According to the article, the strip search took place on December 20, 1983, but Jordan and Michael probably last saw each other pre-allegations in early July 1983. That's almost a 6-month gap, meaning that the photos taken during the strip search wouldn't have matched Jordan's description anyways. And this was 1983, where not much info was known about vitiligo at the time. DS is a diss track about Tom Sneddon. Originally called TS, the song was changed to DS to avoid getting sued by Sneddon. DS stands for Dom Sheldon. Despite that, Michael cleverly sings Tom Sneddon in the lyrics just to give that jerk a taste of his own medicine. It's a hard rock banger with a piercing guitar riff, a tasteful guitar solo from Slash, unapologetic lyrics, and a nasty groove. The chorus is very simple and repetitive. It's just Tom Sneddon as a cold man over and over again. But that's what makes the song so genius. You can literally put anyone's name instead of Tom Sneddon in the lyrics, and the vibe of the song will stay exactly the same. In first place, we got Scream from the History, Past, Present, and Future Book 1 album. I've always liked the song. Even when I turned away from Michael Jackson for 17 years, I still liked the song and respected the hell out of Michael for writing it. Knowing how close Michael and Janet were, I'm really glad they got to work together on Scream, especially since Janet supported him when he really needed it most. I'll never forget when Janet paid tribute to Michael at the 2009 MTV Video Music Awards and being shook when she did the song's iconic dance with the video of Michael on the screen behind her. No other tribute could top that. According to Janet Jackson's 2022 documentary TV series, she and Michael were working on Scream as early as 1983. As I mentioned earlier, Michael didn't like swearing. Though there is swearing in Scream, Michael was against swearing in the song. In Janet's documentary, for the initial first verse where it goes, "When kicking me down, I gotta get up, as bad as it sounds, the whole system is," Janet suggests the whole system is effed, but Michael's like, "I can't say that. Mother is not gonna approve of those lyrics." I hate to say it, but thank goodness Michael changed his mind. Scream needed the swearing to fit the song's angry vibe, you know what I'm saying? The song is a direct attack at the media and tabloids for the mistreatment of Michael during the 1983 child sexual abuse allegations. You know, trying to make Michael look like a criminal while getting their facts checked, invading his personal space, printing misleading headlines, and treating him like a fugitive. Michael's mature and raspy vocals really shine in the song. The beat is funky as heck, the lyrics are relatable, the chorus is insanely catchy, Janet sounds great, and being the first single from the History album, it was a bold statement from Michael. Times have changed, but the tabloids are still the same dirtbags they always were. The short film for Scream cost $7 million, making it the most expensive music video to date. Before I saw the Michael biopic for the first time in late April this year, I watched his 1988 Wembley show in preparation for the movie. That concert changed the game for me because it reminded me how talented Michael was. For years, I thought Michael Jackson was a strange character from outer space because of the unflattering photos I saw of him on TV and in magazines. Even though I liked a few of his songs, I never saw him as the great performer that he was. We were tricked into believing Michael Jackson was a bad person, but in actuality, he was proven innocent. Doing research on Michael after the biopic and preparing for this video taught me to never judge someone based on what I read about in magazines or see on TV. Because like Michael sang in Tabloid Junkie, just because you read it in a magazine or see it on a TV screen, don't make it factual. Do proper research before making any conclusions. I don't even like using the word conclusions because no matter how much research I do, I'll never be able to understand who a person was entirely and why they did certain things. Especially for Michael, since he was a person of mystique, you know what I mean? But I do know he was a good person, and that's enough for me. Michael was all about spreading love, bringing people together through the power of music, and making the world a better place for us and generations to come. Comment below your favorite songs where Michael Jackson fought back. If you like this video, feel free to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and hit that notification bell so that you never miss a video. With all that said, take care, see you real soon, peace. Rock and roll rules, dude!